Antifa's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Antifa's got to go! Hey, hey, ho, ho! Antifa's
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are walking away from the radical left. We are walking away from the Democratic Party. We are walking away from the lies, the vandalism, the violence, and the hatred. We are walking away from Antifa. We are walking away from hateful, violent groups like Black Lives Matter. We are walking away!
Outside Walter Reed with people who love America and love our president. Thank you, guys.
President Trump!
4 more years!
Cookies! I'm sorry. Rod Stewart showed up and traded voices with me. Would you like a cookie?
I'm okay, thank you.
What's the matter? You don't like them? I slaved over a hot
You gotta
stove.
take your cookie.
Take a damn cookie!
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moment of silence.
We love Trump! 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 We love Trump!
We love Trump! We love Trump! We love you, Mr. President! Let's have a moment of silence.
Beautiful day in D.C. Just finished speaking at the Unsilent Majority March for Brandon Straka and You know I got to wear my hat, baby, all day, every day. DC, you know I'm here. And we love supporting this president. God bless you.
And why are you here tonight?
Well, I saw a few Trump supporters on television last night. Since I live an hour and a half away, I thought it would be important for me to come out here and show my support for the president and to show how much I love him and what he's doing for our country. I know many people tell me I shouldn't support Trump because of the color of my skin, but they never ask me why Trump. He is fighting for America. He is for the American way. I'm for America. I'm for the American way. That is why I am here today, to show love for our support and support for our president. And he's been fighting for us. I'm going to fight for him.
Message to the President of the United States of America. There's been people praying for your downfall for a long time, brother. But the reason why they haven't been successful is because they don't pray to God. You can't pray to God with hate. God has chosen you for a reason to run. God has chosen you because you are strong enough, devoted enough, and honest enough. God chose to make you the leader of the free world. God chose you to be anointed. So there is nothing that these people can do that will stop you. And those that have a faith, whether it be Christian, Islamic, it doesn't matter. Every last one of them knows that hate does not get you entry into God's kingdom. You have the largest movement in human history. You have the largest army in human history. And you have an army of people praying for you. You're going to pull through this. We're going to pull through this. In 2020, we're going to get this by a landslide. God bless you, Mr. President.
Following the president's treatment closely after news broke, the first couple tested positive for COVID-19. And we're waiting outside the president's physician, Sean Conley, with an update on the president's treatment at Walter Reed. We have White House correspondent Jen Pellegrino joining us with the details. Good morning, Jen.
Hey, good morning, Dana. Nice to be with you.
So, Jen, give our viewers an update on what's the latest.
Well, as you mentioned, we are awaiting that update from the president's physician, Dr. Sean Conley. That will be coming from Walter Reed Hospital, where the president is currently being treated. It was scheduled to be at 11 a.m. At about 20 minutes ago, we got a notification that it might happen in about 10 minutes. So probably any moment now. We're awaiting updates from the local press pool that's up there at Walter Reed. But for now, some of the reports that we've been hearing, this reported by ABC News, Dana, this is as of this morning, the president was still feeling fatigued, but he was signing papers and working. Certainly not a surprise for the man that is well known to get 4 to 5 hours of sleep and constantly be working 7 days a week. They said Saturday morning, this morning, he's not having any difficulty breathing. Of course, he went to Walter Reed yesterday after experiencing a low-grade fever, some chills, nasal congestion, and a cough. He apparently still has those symptoms this morning, this according to ABC News reporting. And also that White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows stayed with the president overnight. We saw him appear briefly with some of the supporters outside that had gathered at Walter Reed last night to express their support for the president and give him well wishes as he gets better from COVID. Of course, the president tweeting last night, going well, I think. Thank you to all. And he sent his love to those out on Twitter and to fellow Americans. We're monitoring that situation right now. We, of course, know that a number of folks around the president have tested positive, those being the campaign manager, Trump 2020 campaign manager Bill Stepien, as well as Kellyanne Conway, a number of senators as well that were at the SCOTUS event at the White House, the nomination last week. So we're monitoring all of that. A number of folks negative, though. Vice President Mike Pence, the Treasury Secretary Mark Meadows, Mike Pompeo, as well as Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump. We know now the campaign just announced this morning.
I want to begin by thanking all of the incredible medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody at Walter Reed Medical Center. I think it's the finest in the world for the incredible job they've been doing. I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. I have to be back because we still have to make America great again. We've done an awfully good job of that. But we still have steps to go, and we have to finish that job. And I'll be back. I think I'll be back soon. And I look forward to finishing up the campaign the way it was started and the way we've been doing. And the kind of numbers that we've been doing. We've been so proud of it. But this was something that happened, and it's happened to millions of people all over the world, and I'm fighting for them. Not just in the U.S., I'm fighting for them all over the world. We're going to beat this coronavirus, or whatever you want to call it, and we're going to beat it soundly. So many things have happened. If you look at the therapeutics, which I'm taking right now, some of them, and others are coming out soon that are looking like, frankly, they're miracles. If you want to know the truth, they're miracles. People criticize me when I say that, but we have things happening that look like they're miracles coming down from God. So I just want to tell you that I'm starting to feel good. You don't know over the next period of a few days. I guess that's the real test. So we'll be seeing what happens over those next couple of days. I just want to be so thankful for all of the support I've seen, whether it's on television or reading about it. I most of all appreciate what's been said by the American people, by almost a bipartisan consensus of American people. It's a beautiful thing to see, and I very much appreciate it, and I won't forget it. I promise you that. I also want to thank the leaders of the world for their condolences, and they know what we're going through. They know what, as your leader, what I have to go through. But I had no choice, because I just didn't want to stay in the White House. I was given that alternative. Stay in the White House, lock yourself in, don't ever leave, don't even go to the Oval Office. Just stay upstairs and enjoy it. Don't see people, don't talk to people, and just be done with it. And I can't do that. I had to be out front, and this is America. This is the United States. This is the greatest country in the world. This is the most powerful country in the world. I can't be locked up in a room upstairs and totally safe and just say, hey, whatever happens, happens. I can't do that. We have to confront problems. As a leader, you have to confront problems. There's never been a great leader that would have done that. So that's where it is. I'm doing well. I want to thank everybody. Our First Lady is doing very well. Melania asked me to say something as to the respect that she has for our country, the love that she has for our country. And we're both doing well. Melania is really handling it very nicely. As you've probably read, she's slightly younger than me, just a little tiny bit. And therefore, just we know the disease, we know the situation with age versus younger people. And Melania is handling it statistically like it's supposed to be handled. And that makes me very happy, and it makes the country very happy. But I'm also doing well, and I think we're going to have a very good result. Again, over the next few days, we're going to probably know for sure. So I just want to thank everybody out there, everybody, all over the world, specifically the United States. The outpouring of love has been incredible. I will never forget. Thank you very much.
But for millions of us, millions of you, he's been a champion for the middle class. He's been a champion for working families like the family I came from in New England. And those people hadn't seen much of a real wage increase since about the year 2000. And then Trump came along. You see, for about 30 years, conservatives were promised so much by so many politicians, and too many of them just failed to deliver. But on issue after issue, he has delivered, whether we're talking about fighting for the steel workers in Pennsylvania, or taking on China and trade negotiations, or enforcing the border, bringing our troops home, fighting for peace in the Middle East, been nominated for 3 Nobel Prizes, and standing up for life. He's already achieved an enormous amount for us, and he says he's just getting started. The idea in the end, right, behind this thought, this understanding of democracy, is that voters, through elections, can actually make a difference. They can change policy. And Trump's America First agenda did change policy, and it's a real threat. It's a threat to the globalists who've amassed enormous power and fortunes on the backs of the American workers. Many of those people who are opposing Trump today, the really wealthy ones, the real connected ones, they've bet big on China. And so naturally, they're fiercely fighting against Trump's re-election. Yet the president's undeterred. You think about how much he's endured in the 5 years since he came down that golden escalator announcing his presidential run. He's come under investigation. He's been unlawfully surveilled. They impeached him. They tried to convict him. He's been accused of pretty much everything from treason to racism to fascism to xenophobia. This is someone I've known for 20 years. And I'll tell you, none of it is true. None of it. He and his family have been vindicated time and time again, while his accusers have never been held to account for the lies and the false charges they keep leveling. Yet despite all this, despite all that he's gone through, and now, of course, as a positive COVID patient, he's never stopped working day and night to achieve a stronger, more prosperous, more secure America for millions and millions of you who thought you had been left behind. So watching Donald Trump walk to Marine One tonight on the way to Walter Reed, it was very emotional for so many of us who've seen him as, the indispensable man in the fight for us to maintain our freedoms and our way of life. And I know President Trump isn't Catholic, but in our faith, today is the Feast of Guardian Angels. It's an important feast day, and I know that the faithful all across America are praying fervently for his speedy recovery, and those angels are watching over him tonight. So while you're recovering, Mr. President, don't worry. We'll take up the slack, because you fought for us, and do not fear for a moment, because now we're going to fight for you.